Hi class, today we will be going over how to tell time. We will be going over two different types of clocks. We will be starting with this one here, which is a digital clock, and moving forward onto this one, which is the analog time clock. The numbers on the left tell us the hour that we are in, and the numbers on the right will tell us how many minutes have passed within that hour. If you look here, I have 4 examples of a digital time. Who can give me an example of where you've seen a digital clock before? Okay, you've seen one on your iPad, very good. Who else? Okay, you've seen one on your alarm clock, very good. So we look at this one over here. If we pay close attention to the left side, we can see that we have 2 digits, right? We have a 1 and we have a 0, so we can say that it is the hour 10. Very good. If we look at the right side, what 2 digits do we have? Okay, we have 2 zeros, so we can say that is the hour 10 and no minutes have passed, so it's 10 o'clock. If we look on this side, what 2 digits do we have on the left side? Okay, we have a 1 and we have a 1, so we can say that is the hour 11. If we look at the right side, we have a 3 and we have a 0, very good. So we can say that 30 minutes have passed within that hour. Good job. What about this one over here? We have 2 digits on the left side. What 2 digits do we have? Okay, we have a 0. And yes, very good. We also have a 5, so we can say that is the hour 5. Good job. What about on the right side? We have 2 zeros. Have any minutes passed within that hour? No, right? So we can say that is the hour 5 o'clock. Good job. What about this one over here? We have, on the left side, we have a 0 and we have a 7. So we can say that is the hour 7. If we look at the right side, we have a 4 and a 5. So we can say that 45 minutes have passed within that hour. So it's 7:45. Very good. So I'll be giving you an example. And I want you to tell me the time that it is for this digital clock. So, remember again, the side on the left side will give us the hour, and the right side will give us the minutes that have passed for that hour. So who can tell me what hour it is on the left side? Yes, we have a 0, but we also have what other digit on the left side? Very good, we have an 8, so we can say that is the hour 8. What about on the right side? What 2 digits do we have on the right side? Good, we have 3, and we have a 2, very good. So what number is that? No, it's not 23. It is 32, very good. So we can say that we have 32 minutes that have passed for that hour. So then the time is what? 8:32, very good.
Okay, now that we've looked over digital clocks, we're gonna look over the circle clocks. When you see this circle clock with the numbers all around, that is called an analog clock. So if we look closely, we see that there's numbers all around the circle. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and finally we get to 12. So these numbers are going to be very helpful for us to help us tell the time. So we see here we have a long arrow right here. This is called the minutes hand. So this is going to tell us how many minutes have passed by in the hour. If we see the short one right here, this is called the hour hand, and this is going to tell us what hour of the day that we're in. So let's look at the hour. So we see that this shorthand is pointing at 1. So we know that it is 1 o'clock or 1 something. So now we're going to look at how to count minutes. So when it's at 12, 0 minutes have passed by in the hour. When you get to 1, it is 5 minutes that have passed by. 2, 10 minutes. 3, 15. Do we notice a pattern? Yeah, it's going by 5s. So when we continue, it is 20 plus 5 would be 25. When it gets to 6, it's 30 minutes. 7, 35, 40, 45, 50, and 55. So you're asking, where are the rest of the minutes? Where is when it's 2:37, 2:02? So we can barely see them, but if you look closely on an analog clock, we can see little tick marks in between the numbers, and these will tell us if it lands between 5 minutes and 10 minutes. So we're gonna count from 5 to 10. So this is gonna tell us 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Okay? So now let's see if we can tell the time on this clock. So we said that this is 1 o'clock. How many minutes have passed by in this hour? Right, 0. So it is 1 o'clock. Moving on to the next one, we see that the hour hand has changed. So that means this minute hand went all the way around, and that hour hand went to the next number. So how many minutes have passed by in this hour? Correct, 0 minutes have passed by. And what is the hour hand pointing to? 2. So we're in hour 2. So it is 2 o'clock. Now we're looking at the next one. And if you look closely, you can see that the hour hand isn't really pointing at a number yet, right? So it is not 3 o'clock yet. It is still 2. So we're gonna have to see how many minutes have passed by in hour 2. So we see this one is pointing at this 7. So we're gonna see up here with our minutes to see how many minutes have passed by. So 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 minutes. So it is 2:35. Awesome. So now we're gonna move on to the next clock. We see that the hour clock hasn't yet hit number 3, so we are still at 2 o'clock. Now let's see how many minutes have passed by. We see that the long hand is pointing at the 8. Let's go back up here. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So 40 minutes have passed by in this hour. So it is 2:40. So now we're gonna see how we can read an hour like 2:37. So, like I said, when you look closely on an analog clock, there's little ticks that we can sometimes barely see, but if you hold one up close, we can see it. So, this would be, like it says up here, 2:35. So, how many ticks would we go up to make it to 2:37? 2:35, 2:36, and the minutes would be pointing right here, in between the 7 and the 8, at 2:37. Okay? So now, I'm gonna pass by and hand every one of you this worksheet. So, as we see here, these are the digital clocks, like Mr. Mendoza taught you. And on the left, there are analog clocks. So all of the digital clocks have a specific time on them. And if you see closely on the analog clock, they don't have either of the hands. So I want you to go in and look at the time, and I want you to use the long minute hand and the short hour hand to show me what time it is on the analog clock. And you're gonna have to turn this in before we leave today, so I can know that you guys learned how to tell time on both the digital clock and the analog clock.